Welcome back to another very exciting episode of Modern Motors. You guys have been waiting for an update on the car. We got an update. I know I missed like last week's video and like 2 weeks before I missed that video. When it's gloomy weather, it's really hard to film videos. And also, Teddy's been taking forever to try to help me out. We have a ton of videos that we need to do here at the shop. And this was one of them. We've been waiting to get this car here. It is finally here. If you guys missed a lot of videos, this is our QV. QV. I have a QV. I own a QV. This was supposed to be rebuilt. And I started taking parts off to sell it. And then I got all the parts to rebuild it. And then I sent it to Teddy. When he came over to the house, he said, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but we shouldn't do whatever you're about to do. So I think we're starting from the drawing board. We have a few different options. Main point here is we're getting started on something.
Yeah.
Right, Teddy?
Yeah, we are. We were thinking about it, but unfortunately things happen and things are not always as easy as you think they're gonna be. I mean,
he judged my car first off. He judged my car super hard as soon as it didn't even show up.
Yeah.
I sent him a picture of it on the tow truck, and he already started talking shit.
The way you explained it,
bro.
Just in a
this is 5 parts and it's running.
No, it's not. No, the fuck is not.
It's 5 parts and it's running, Teddy.
The way you explained it, it was in a little wreck.
Ye of little faith.
A little wreck.
I have the.
This is not little.
I have the roof. Okay.
This is not.
I have
glasses missing here.
Well, because it was cracked, Teddy. I have the roof. I have the front brace. I have the radiator. I literally have. If I wanted to get this running tomorrow, it would take us 24 hours. We'd get it running. I have that much faith.
Get it running by driving.
It would be driving. It was running and driving before I started taking parts off.
It'll be called running, not driving. Is what it'll be called. Running, not driving.
Anyways, that's not the point here. The point of the matter is this motor is officially for sale. If you are interested in a QV motor, if you're interested in a QV drivetrain, the entire thing is for sale. We are pulling this motor out. This is officially for sale.
Yes.
Officially official.
Yes.
And if nobody buys it, we're going to put it in something else. Right, Teddy?
Yep.
And then we're going to run it to the ground and blow it up.
That's it.
That's it.
We'll put it in a Honda Civic.
Just to piss you guys off. But yeah, this is gone. This is done. And the whole tear down of this car is going to start. However, I may not be here for a lot of this. So Teddy is going to be doing some of the filming by himself and getting some of the stuff stripped out. Yep. Teddy's not the best with the camera, so forgive him if he misses a few clips. Yeah. But he should have the camera rolling for the big important stuff.
You'll see the beginning and then the end. That's it. Beginning and the end.
We're trying to teach Teddy how to be a content creator. But that's it. We're going to strip everything out. I just want to give you guys really an update on this car because a lot of people have been asking, where are you guys at? What are we doing? But we've had a lot of things in the works. We have a lot of things that we've ironed out. We just haven't told you guys, and we're not going to tell you guys until, we get towards the end a little bit here. But
when we get somewhere to a point where we have something.
The first step is getting this motor out. That's step 1 of what we're trying to do.
Step 1. Part 1. Get the motor and transmission.
Well, first step was showing Teddy what he was working with. And he wasn't happy. Step 2 was getting the motor. The only compliment...
It looked better when you were explaining it to me in my head.
The only compliment we got was the interior looks nice. Or it would have looked nice.
No, it's the stitching in the interior looks nice. That's what I said. The green looks nice. That is it. Because don't look on this side of the dash.
Oh yeah, it's a little rough back there. We've gutted the car. We had so many different ideas to what to do with the car. We got a different 10 different paths. We've made up our mind though. There's no going back from what we're about to do. Yep. We're 100% set in stone with where we're going. And the next update on this will be a major update. We're not going to update you like small little tidbits. It's going to be a major update of where we're at and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Make sense?
That's it. But
I offered Teddy to get it running. I said we can get it running and driving if you
for a reason.
If you really want to get it running and driving, we can get it running and driving. It'll take us to. I literally have all the parts at home. I even have the mirrors.
You don't have a quarter panel. You don't have a door.
I have a door and I have a quarter panel.
You have at home.
Yeah.
A quarter panel.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You don't believe me? Why don't you believe?
There was not a quarter panel when I went to your house last time.
It was on the other side.
No, on the other side of what?
Of my garage.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't even like the wrap. That's the thing. Is this? Yeah. No,
yeah, the wrap is horrible. I didn't do the wrap. I was taking that off myself.
Yeah.
Taping stuff up. We're getting some measurements for some stuff. maybe potentially, right, Teddy?
Potentially, yo.
Maybe potentially. I feel like I have a lot of QV owners watching this. So if you guys need some parts from this, I've been reluctant to sell parts off the car because I haven't been sure on what we're going to do. But now that I am sure on what we're going to do, a lot of you guys hit me up from parts from here. You guys can go back to hitting me up, and I will sell these parts to you guys.
And I'll make sure to take them off to where they're not broken.
Is that a shade towards me? We are about to do a brake conversion. Pew pew. On our Giulia 2.0. We're going to give you the full how-to. If you wanted to replicate the big brake kit, we all have these for sale, and the whole brake kit. And if you wanted to replicate what we just did, we'll have the whole entire kit available for you to purchase.
No. What do you guys think if we put a JDM motor in an Alfa?
There's a few different options on the playing field right now.
Yeah, there's two.
There's two options on the playing field.
There's two. There's a 1J we can put in it, or an LS.
You want to go show them the 1J?
We can put in it. I think, yeah, let's go show. This I think is open.
This is the plan.
Pull this motor out, the whole thing, the whole combo, and try to make it fit in one of those. And make it fit in one of those. Not try, but make it fit in one of those. It's running and driving.
The difference is this is already on a standalone.
Yeah.
So to make it work would be less pulling parts together.
Yeah.
The other option, we have to buy a lot of parts.
Exactly.
This one, not so
It's
much.
good to go. Yeah, literally. This one's gonna be more.
Can you guys see that in the car over there? What do you think?
I look good.
Transmission is
R154.
dang.
R154 with a stock clutch. It's all original. It's all original. There's nothing done to this car at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
Besides the single turbo.
Yeah, nothing. That looks like nothing to me.
It's all original. It's an original turbo from Buck Warner. It's an original turbo from Buck Warner.
People know how bad I want the 1J in it.
So
I think the car would be a trillion times better with it. And manual. It'd be the first manual Alfa Romeo in the USA.
It'll be fun. And I'll tell you this, you know what's the funny part about it is I was daily in this car. I daily this car for a few months after I got it done. But then at the job that I had, at the current job, the job that I had at the time, I got a promotion and ended up being a company car, so then it just sit. But this motor, it's literally, everything's almost brand new still. Everything's new. And everything's from Toyota. Nothing was cheap in this car. Nothing was cheap in this build. I'll put it to you that way.
That's what I like to hear.
So, it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun to even just throw it in there and start ripping it already as it is. Ain't no braking period on this motor.
You want to show them the other option?
So, or the other option is this LS sitting right here. So, we'll see. But again, if we go that route, it's more, then we'll need a,
Transmission and all
transmission, adapter plates, a clutch, all standalone, all harness, and etc., which will make the process just be longer. Versus if we just pull that out, it's basically it'll just be putting it out of a running car into, just try to get it sit. That'll be the main thing. Is just making it, get it sit. And it's funny because I was telling Ricky about it already. My main concern really was if this was front sump or rear sump. And it's actually rear sump, just like the 1J that I have in the car already as it is. So that was my biggest thing. And it's funny because it almost sits the same with the rack being in the front also at the bottom, and then being a rear sump is almost the same. So I'm really anxious and curious just to see just the way it is to see.
When he's talking about front sump, rear sump, he's talking about the oil pan.
Oil pan, yeah.
Basically, they're set up. The way that setup is set up is basically Teddy saying he can get it running and driving tomorrow.
Matter of fact, I think it'd be better if it's showing.
Oh, lift it up?
Yeah. What we're talking about here is this, the way the oil pan sits. So in some 2Js, you have rear sump, which just the oil pan sits behind the subframe, and then you have front sump, which sits in front of the subframe. So the one I have on the Mark III, it's rear sump, so it almost sits the same way. with the oil pan sitting behind, and then the rack also sits literally almost the same, identical to this, just right here in the front. So now, of course, there's a lot to it. It's not just as easy as we're talking about it, because it's a newer car and it's electric. All this shit is electrical. Matter of fact, it's all electrical. So that's gonna be the tricky part. But at the end of the day, we know, and it's not gonna be a car that you can daily it probably, but it's not going to be as comfortable as it is, when it's all original.
I think the other part that we're concerned about is because this is a QV, it doesn't have a mechanical differential. The mechanical differentials didn't come out, I think, till 2023, 24, something around there. So that may become a problem later. In theory, actually, the 2.0 would actually work better because the 2.0 is mechanical. So it'd be easier to make a custom drive shaft.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So this may become problems. I don't know if we can buy the newer one that's mechanical and just run it like that.
I see what you mean.
So in theory, 2.0 would work better.
Yeah, Rick, I see what you mean.
See, I know I'm talking about it sometimes.
Something a little bit of torque won't snap.
Fix it right.
Something's gotta give once we start pulling on it.
And then
we will have literally an open diff. It will be an open diff.
And then the power steering becomes another.
Nah, I'll tell you what. That now it doesn't concern me
because
because of the way I was able to turn it with pliers, because there was no steering wheel in the car.
Sorry, I took it off and sold it.
that it really doesn't concern me, because if the way it moved right now, it was easier than even some of these Hondas. So
okay,
I don't again. Literally, I just moved it, so there was really not that much force.
Worst case scenario, let's say it doesn't become that easy. Will we have to completely swap that out?
Yeah.
Or is there a way to make it work but not work?
Look, we can figure it out. If anything, we could just take the motor out and see
if it returns just
without the motor. Because I don't know if it's something in the when they go bad, it might be something in the motor that makes them harder. I'm not sure, but again,
worst case scenario, just take it out. Try
worst case scenario, yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Again, the only thing is we're working with aluminum too.
Yeah, I know.
So a lot of the brackets we'll make is gonna have to be brackets to bolt onto aluminum. We can't really weld anything.
I think the 2.0 might be steel.
No, because even when we looked it up online, it looked the same way. It was aluminum. Maybe. It was aluminum. Pretty sure they keep the quality the same.
I think the 2.0 is steel. I bet you $1. I bet you lunch.
Can we just measure that one?
I bet you lunch.
Can we just check that one?
No, I bet you lunch.
Huh?
Bet me before.
All right. But I think it's aluminum.
2.0 is steel.
I don't think so. I mean, we just looked it up. It looked the same.
I think you're wrong. I think I looked this up before. We'll know for sure when we have a 2.0 in front of us.
That's it.
Yeah, we don't have to find out now.
So
don't Google no more. Anyways, I hope you guys are happy with the update. I know I owe you some more videos. Blame Teddy now at this point. The next video I have a lot of videos that are on the burner.
There's no next video from me. It's a picture. It's gonna be like 2 pictures, before and after. That's it.
I have a bunch of videos that need to go out. We have the brakes coming up. We have lowering springs, which Teddy doesn't think we should put on.
No, not at all.
What else do we have? New parts video. We have we have cams. We have cams coming. We have a new turbo. Oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming for the Giulia. So basically, if you don't see any of those videos, this is all Teddy's fault. This is the guy. If you guys want progress, come hit him. If you see a video and there hasn't been posted anything on Monday, just hit up Teddy. Say, hey guy, what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, Modern Motor hasn't posted it. Is your garage available yet? Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we got to do. Tons of stuff. And the 2.0 is going to be down for a little bit, so we're going to have to switch to Stelvio content. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on, guys. Bear with us.
That'll be fun.
But we figured we'd give you an update. This has been a long time in the making. We've been talking about this for a long time, and getting this here was a huge headache. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was informative to some extent. We'll see you guys in the next one. This is a good project.
This is crap.
This is a good.
This is crap.
This is a good project.
This is crap. You know what really got me? I was like, when I saw this right here, I was like, yeah.
Bro,
I don't care that you got a new roof. And knowing you, all you're gonna say is just hit it with a hammer, bro, and just straighten it out. And call it a day. Put the roof on it. Put extra silicone if it starts leaking. We'll be alright.
to be fair, that was a thought process of mine. Because nobody sells that piece.
I bet they know.
But I did find a guy that has that piece. He's trying to sell it to me for $400.
And that's why I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't think so.
But then it's like a weld out, weld in type of situation.
Yeah, I'm like, no, not dealing with that, because who knows?